Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here for the fourth session of the webinar series on how to improve your health and well-being. So welcome, and I honor you for being here, making time for yourself. It's something that's very uncommon and also anti-cultural. So give yourself a pat on the back. Very good. I promise to deliver a lot of value in a short amount of time with a lot of action steps that you can take to improve your own health and well-being in your own way. The session is too fast for you to finish your plan in the session. I'm conscious of this. It's designed so you can pause the recording and write your steps. Okay, so it's designed so that it can suit a range of people. So be aware of this. It's too fast. I don't assume that you'll be able to have your well-being plan, your goals, and your action steps laid by the end of the session. Before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I'm recording this webinar from, the Gimoy, Walubara, Yidinji, and Yarraganji people. I live in Cairns, and I feel absolutely privileged and honored to be living here. And I genuinely want to pay my respects to their elders, past and present. This webinar series has been designed to help you have a framework to improve your health and well-being, because isn't that something we always want? But how do we start? Okay, so it's 6 sessions. This is session number 4. All the sessions are between 15 and 30 minutes. It's bite-sized insights into how to start improving your health and well-being, and everything is actionable. They are essentially my coaching programs in a nutshell. So obviously it's a lot more personalized when it's one-on-one, but it'll give you an idea of what a wellness coach can do to help you progress. Please have a pen and a notebook ready. Ideally, you'd have a notebook dedicated to this workshop and to all your wellness goals after that, so you can keep referring to the tools I'm sharing with you. And you can find all the recordings on my website, sophieanderson.au, and also on YouTube. So today's session outcome is to have a framework to actually create a goal and then an action plan to improve your health and your well-being beyond resolution. So we want to be able to achieve our goals and to sustain our progress and to be consistent. So I want to help you move from, oh, I really need to do this, or I should really improve this, or I know I need to, you fill in the blank, eat better, sleep better, go to sleep earlier, start working out, start meditating, whatever you're putting pressure on yourself. I will help you dissect it. And I want you to ultimately go I'm getting where I want to be, and it's easy. Okay, this is really where I want you to be with this session. We're going to write down a goal because everything I do is evidence-based, and studies show that just simply writing down our goals increase our consistency and also our goal achievement by up to 42%. So get your pen out. All right, let's get started. So session number 1, we established our why. What's the biggest reason? What really matters? Why do I want to improve my health and well-being? In session number 2, I gave insights onto how the brain works, and we touched on cognitive behavioral therapy, where we improve our thoughts to improve our feelings that then help us act in a way that's more aligned with what we want, and we create better results. So that's a tool you can keep going back to. In the last session, we used the Wheel of Life to assess our current life balance and imbalances. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to choose one segment of the Wheel of Life that we want to improve first. We're going to create a specific goal for this segment, and then I'm going to help you draft a plan that you can action from today using a framework that I created. It's the VISTA Framework. It's an acronym that I will describe in a minute. And I will show you at the end of the session, I'll show you an example of a finished plan that you might have. And the plan is around lowering stress. So I'll show you the Wheel of Life. So for those of you who were at the last session, this doesn't come as a surprise. This is one example of the Wheel of Life. It's one that I've designed, but there's a myriad of different ways. And I always invite people to personalize it with their own life segments and their own life reality. But essentially, the wheel of life, we do it to assess our satisfaction with each segment of our life as they are, with a lot of compassion. So how satisfied am I with this aspect, this aspect, this aspect? And today, you will choose one of the segments that you want to start improving. Okay, so start reflecting now. Which of these, and obviously it's better if you've done the session. So if you haven't, maybe just park that session for now and go back to doing session 1, 2, 3. They're about 25 to 30 minutes plus the writing, but it's worth doing them to get to this session today. So pick one segment of your wheel right now, either the easiest, the most exciting, or the most urgent that you want to start improving. Just one, okay? And write it down at the top of your page. Now, that's where the framework, the VISTA framework, VISTA, comes into play. And step 1 is V for vision. And your vision is what we did in session number 1. It's your why. Why does it matter? So if you look at your why, the why that you described, that you designed in the session number 1, it should still align with that segment of the wheel of life. Does it get you there to improve that segment? If not, maybe design another why, another vision for this specific segment. So, per example, if you picked family and friends, your why could be, I feel really lonely. I want connection. I value connection. I'm craving this right now. I want to improve this aspect of my life, to find people that I connect with, that I can share my life with. So these deeper, this is your why. Okay, that's what we did in session 1. If you're talking about health and fitness, maybe it's because I want to play with my grandkids. I just want to have energy to look after them. Or maybe you've had a health scare and you're like, well, that was really scary. Now I want to show myself that I'm taking precautions so that it doesn't happen again. This is a vision. This is a why. This is something that is very powerful. It should give you goosebumps. Some of my clients cry when they talk about their why. It's something that's really important to you. Okay, write that down. And you might even, if you like writing, you might even want to write, today I am improving my spirituality because I'm feeling disconnected with the meaning of my life, and I want to boost my fulfillment through spirituality, spiritual practices. Okay, so find something meaningful, write down your vision. At any point in this webinar, please pause if you need to stop listening to me and you want to introspect and think more clearly. The next step is the I, it's intention. So intention is the goal setting. What's your intention? And I would like your goal to be exciting and challenging at the same time. Okay. So we don't want to pursue a goal that's boring. Okay. It can be easy, but I want the outcome of this goal to be like, whew, that's a step up. Okay. That's what I mean by challenging. A lot of people talk about SMART goals. That's an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. I don't want you to get too caught up in the time-bound because, and that's something that my coach had taught me and it works so well, set one goal at a time and then pursue your goal until you achieve it. Okay, you don't need to have a time frame. I'll give you a framework that'll keep you accountable. Just go with that. But your goal has to be in the present as if you've already achieved it. So I'll go back to the wheel of life and give you some examples. I read one book every 3 months on self-development. I have asked for the promotion to become a manager. I have cleared my smallest credit card, or I have saved $2,000. I have run a half marathon. That's my goal. I have decluttered the guest room. I have started joining the community meditation group. I am going out to a waterhole on the tableland every 2 weeks. Or I take a 20-minute break to eat away from my desk every day. I have made one new friend and they're lovely. Okay, you see where we're going? So make it clear, make it super attractive, make it in the present tense, like you've done it. Okay. And once you have your goal, just cross-check again with your why. Is it going to help you achieve your why? The next step is the S. It's for strategy. And strategy is your milestones. So when we think about achieving a goal, we're like, yeah, now what? Like, there's so much to do. It's like if you go for a hike up a mountain and it's foggy and you're like, how the hell am I going to get to the top of that mountain? Like it's so, and it's just a matter of, well, you go to the first signpost and then you'll turn right. And then you'll get to the second signpost, it's that color. And then you'll turn left. And then you'll have a break. And then you'll reassess, you check your map. And blah, blah, blah. These are the milestones, okay? So to achieve a goal, we want to reduce I don't know where to get started, reduce the overwhelm with there's so much to do, and we want to jot it down. So start with literally brain dump, like go crazy with all of the things that you think you need to do to achieve this goal. And there is one specific milestone that I want all of you to write down as the first milestone, and it's the research part of things. Okay, I want you to go out, reflect on this, research about it. What does it look like? Ask people around you who have already done it. Google it, look at YouTube, whatever. Get a really clear perspective on what that goal achieved looks like, or what the journey includes. Okay, I ask you to do this so that you have a good idea of what you're designing, the goal you're designing. And after that, just all of the steps. So pause the recording. But before you go, if you're like, I don't get what she's saying, I'll give you an example. My goal is to run a half marathon in July. I decided that last month. So I have pretty much a whole year to train, to get ready. I've never run. So when I did my brain dump, it was like, I need to get clothes, get the shoes. I need to talk to a coach. I need to talk to Leslie. I need to talk to Suzanne. I need to talk to Nadia. I need to talk to my physio, do a run assessment. I need to find time to train. Like, when's the best time? I need to look at nutrition. Like, what does a runner eat? It's not even a thing, by the way. It's very personal. I need to look at watches, or how am I going to track my progress? So much to plan. Okay, so that was my brain dump. So hit pause and just spit it all out. All of the milestones that you think there will be. And then look at them and try to order them as best you can. Keep the research, the information gathering step up the top, and try to reorder the bigger milestones. All right, now that you've got this, the next step in the VISTA is the T, and that's your tasks and your tools. So what we're going now is we're going to look at each milestone and we're going to chunk it down and add a date. Okay, so each milestone has specific things you need to do for it. So even with the first example of research, what are you going to do as research? So for me, it was like, so I wanted to ask Leslie, Suzanne, and Nadia. So Suzanne really good with text messages. So one of my tasks was text Suzanne. The other one was call Leslie because I like talking to the phone, and then book a coffee date with Nadia because I hadn't seen her in a long time. Okay, so text Suzanne today, call Leslie today, and book a coffee date with Nadia today for next week or whenever she's available, were my 3 tasks of research. And then I'm trying to remember now if I did some online research. I don't think I did. I like talking to people who have done it. So these 3 women, they've run half marathons / marathons. So that was my step 1. So every milestone could, not should, but could have 1 or more tasks or tools that you want to use. Okay, so look at this. And I'll give you an example of someone whose goal would be to, for example, lose 10 kilos or wear a size 12 down from a 16, for example, or something, anything like that with weight loss. So the research phase could be to talk to a nutritionist. It could be YouTubing like a reliable weight loss expert. It could be, that contact that I met at that networking event. It could be Facebook research, even like local businesses that do weight loss. So just research. Don't start signing up to all the programs. It's just the research. Then maybe the next milestone is to have an exercise plan. So then in the task, they might be, we'll talk to a personal trainer about the right exercise plan, or maybe it'll be have a GP, an assessment with my GP, with my doctor, to check my level of fitness, check my bloods. Then it could be nutrition, and then nutrition, who am I going to speak to about this? What am I going to throw out from the fridge? Like every single little thing that you can do becomes a task. Meal plan, what are the meal plans that I'm going to do? So chunk it down. Maybe you want to, in the research phase, maybe you want to start reading books as well. And maybe you want to buy a journal so that you can start journaling. So these are some of the chunk down tasks and tools. Maybe scales is one of the tools that you want to have. So just look at your milestones, and for each milestones, chunk it down to tasks and tools. And the last, and what I want to remind you actually, is that every single step counts. Really, when we're achieving a goal, we tend to only look at the final result, or we think of the person who's achieved it. And it's not about that. It's really about the journey that we're on, and to just do it for ourselves. That's why the why is so powerful as well. Why does it matter to me? Okay. So every step counts. So make sure you have all your milestones in your tasks and tools, and you're happy with them, and make sure you've got dates for your tasks and tools. And the last step of the VISTA is the A, and it's for accountability. And accountability is just keeping ourselves on track towards our powerful goal. Okay. It's not micromanagement. It's not beating up on ourselves. That's not accountability. Accountability should be empowering. It should be just a really clever way to track our progress and to make sure we achieve our goal. So the things that you can do in accountability is to display your plan. I will show you a finished plan at the end. You might want to print it. You might, if you're creative, you might want to do a vision board. There are vision board templates on Canva as well that you can use, and probably other programs like this, but maybe that's what it is. The other thing is tell people you trust. Tell people on Facebook. If you're like, I told people I'm running a half marathon. I didn't know you're running. Not yet. So sometimes it helps keep us accountable. Maybe that if it's a health challenge, maybe you want to, sign up to a charity and make it into like a challenge, or you're going to raise funds. But tell people about it, the people you trust. Doesn't mean to go on socials, but just tell your spouse, your friend, your sister, anyone that you trust that you're doing this and it matters a lot to you. Okay. And if they're discouraging, walk away, go tell someone else. Tell me. That'd be nice. I want to know what your goal is. Put things in your diary. Okay, so life goes fast. There's heaps to do. You want reminders. If reminders bug you, I don't know, put post-its on, but you don't want this to slip. And like I said, just make sure you have one goal at a time. So your energy, your focus is not on 3 goals at the same time. You have one goal and you're slowly tracking towards it. I would like you to have a contingency plan, which means, what am I going to do if your goal is to walk 10 minutes every morning? Okay. And you get really motivated. You have your strategy. You have all your tasks and tools. You got the new shoes. They're at the front door. You got your alarm in your phone. What are you going to do when it's pouring rain in the morning? What are you going to do when your child's sick, when you're unwell? What are you going to do if you lose your inspiration, which means it's really hard to go out? Think about those things. Okay. What's your contingency plan? What if external factors, internal factors mean that your progress is stopped or slowed down? So think about your future self and how you're going to get her out of trouble and make sure she keeps progressing. And then accountability is about tracking your progress. So you're going to have a journal, or you're going to go on socials every day to tell your friends where you're at. But the main thing with tracking our progress is to be able to readjust. Okay. 1 step back is totally fine. 2 steps back, totally fine. 1 step to the side is fine. Keep your goal in mind and just keep progressing until it's achieved. If you really finding it hard and you keep going, it's too hard, or you lose momentum, think about your why. Are you disconnected from your why? So sometimes it's life circumstances, 100%, but sometimes it's just our why that we lost track of, or that maybe it's not as powerful as we need it to be for that. Okay, so Q is the key is to be honest with yourself. Okay, this is the main thing. So you think about your accountability plan, pause the recording if you need to, and make sure you've got your own back. Okay, this is not about being hard on yourself. It's not about mothering yourself or pushing, white knuckling your goal. It's about making it easy. Okay, so think about the times where it's not going to be as easy. What are you going to do to make sure you stay on track? When you have your plan, I'll show you one that's finished. Apologies, I left the wheel of life there the whole time. So here's the new screen. Let me just make sure that's the one that's sharing. Yes. Okay. So if we look at this one, so the segment is health and fitness. And the goal would be to reduce stress through daily meditation. Okay. The vision of that person could be, well, they want to feel calm, they want to feel more centered, they want to have less stress controlling their reactions. Maybe they want to be responsive. Maybe they want to be a better parent. Yeah. Things like that. So this is the powerful side of things. Their intention or their goal will be, or could be, I will meditate for 10 minutes daily. Okay. The strategy, that's the brain dump. It's like, okay, research, like I said, that's the first step. Now I need to find the app. I need to create a spot in the house where I can meditate. I need to find the right time of the day. I need to tell my family, put reminders in my phone. I need to track my progress. whatever comes to mind when it comes to meditating, starting a meditation practice can go in there. And then we reorder them. So milestone number 1, I'm going to find a guided meditation app, and then I'm going to establish a meditation routine. Then I'm going to start meditating consistently. The tasks and tools are, again, say this is milestone number 1. I want to find a guided meditation app that works for me by the end of the week. Then I'm going to go, well, I'm going to download 3 apps and start exploring them. And I'm going to ask my friends for their favorite meditation app. So that could be the task for the first milestone. After that, we want to establish a meditation routine. So get used to it. Yeah, meditation is a practice. I've been meditating for years, and sometimes like it's not perfect. Like there's no like I'm a meditator, I'm not a meditator. That's not a thing. We're all practicing meditation. It's just the more consistent you are and the more you actually do it, the better you'll get. So again, it's like, oh, maybe I want to try 10 minutes in the morning for the first week, 10 minutes in the evening for the second week, and then I'm going to pick what I preferred or a mix of 2. Okay, so you make it real. And then accountability could be, oh, I'm going to check in with that friend once a week, that friend who meditates a lot, or my coach, I'm going to get a coach. And maybe I'm going to have a journal, and every week on Saturday, I'm going to review like what I've learned and how I'm feeling. I'm going to write down about the positive changes in my life. And that's how you might want to, and then you could celebrate and reward yourself. That's a really nice way to keep ourselves accountable when we're pursuing goals like this. So thank you so much for joining. Please watch the recording again. If you haven't had time to have your own plan, contact me, put comments in, like how are you tracking, what's unclear, what do you need support with? That's what I'm here for. It's my passion. And when we just set goals randomly or resolutions only on the 1st of January, we're not really on our own side. Okay. So this is a framework you can use progressively to achieve goals. And then, yay, it's done. Then we set another goal and then we achieve it. And that's how we improve our life. Okay. Take care. See you next time.